What's going on, everyone? We're back for another quick video. In this video, I want to talk about merch by Amazon, finding t-shirts that sell, and talking about the differences between evergreen t-shirts versus trending t-shirts, and kind of my strategy and outlook on these two different ways to actually go and create designs. Now, to be honest, a lot of this depends on where you are with your business. If you guys are in earlier tiers versus if you're in some of the higher tiers, tier 2000 and up, I do have kind of a different take on strategy for each of these different places. So we're gonna hop into the computer screen. I'm gonna show you guys a few examples and just talk out some of my thought processes with this. But as always, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you're interested in learning more about print on demand in the e-commerce, and check the description down below because that's where I'm gonna put links to anything that I talk about, tools, tricks, tips in this video. So make sure you guys check that out. So that being said, let's hop into the computer screen and I'm gonna show you guys some of the ways that I actually look at evergreen versus trending t-shirt designs. All right, guys, so here we are in the computer screen. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, what is an evergreen t-shirt? An evergreen t-shirt is a t-shirt that's going to be selling year round. So let's go over to Amazon. And that's obviously, in direct opposition to a trending t-shirt, which is obviously, taking a look at a trend, something that's tied to an event. Let's just see if we can find a few good examples. So here we are in the Merch Informer dashboard. So just an example of like an evergreen t-shirt. Bowling and beer, that's why I'm here. This is going to be something that's going to sell year round. This isn't tied to a single event. Let's see now if we can find one that maybe is tied to kind of an evergreen style t-shirt. So here, for example, Good Witch or Bad Witch. This is a shirt that's going to do extremely well in, obviously October, kind of Halloween season, and might not really be selling the rest of the year. You guys can kind of see that here just from the history here. This had a BSR of 8 million. Until just the last few weeks, and now it's started to really drop down. My guess is that this shirt's probably not going to be selling the rest of the year. So this is something that's just going to be selling, again, during the holiday season. Now, the way that I think about this, to be honest, I'll tell you guys now, most of my t-shirts are kind of in this evergreen category, and that's because I want to build a long-term business. I want to build a sustainable business with Merch by Amazon. And I'm also, I'm in kind of the higher tier point, right? I'm in, let's see, tier 4,000, I think. So we'll just hop in, I'll show you guys. So yeah, right now I'm at tier 4,000. My business right now, I'm much more focused on the evergreen because I want to build a long-term business where I have a lot of sustainable designs that are going to sell consistently throughout the year. And you guys can see if I show you my numbers, obviously, I do have an uptick in Q4, but I'm still getting sales throughout the year here, and that's because I'm not following trends on these. Now, if I were to follow trends, that's definitely going to help you. And my recommendation, really, and how I think about this is if you're in the earlier tiers, say tier 10, 25, 100, I would definitely lean towards focusing on trends because that's going to help you get the sales volume you need to actually get tiered up and get out of those lower tiers. So that's kind of my outlook on it. Now, what is the most effective thing that you can do? Now, my favorite way to actually think about this is that we have really, let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. See, I have this open for my last video. So we really have three things, right? We have trending designs, then we have evergreen designs, and then my favorite one, which is a hybrid. Now, what do I mean by this? So these are hybrid designs. This is my favorite, and this is, I think, the best way to actually go about doing this strategy. Now, what I mean by this is if we type in something that we would consider, maybe be looking for, let's do a pug t-shirt. Let's see if we can find an example here. So if I type in pug t-shirt, we're going to see there's a bunch of evergreen ones here. Pugs, not drugs, evergreen shirt, pug life, evergreen. A lot of these ones are going to be selling throughout the year. But what we're going to look for is something that is combining both this evergreen niche and this evergreen idea with a trend. So let's scroll down and we'll see if we can find anything. So here's one kind of small example, right? The dabbing dog, right? This is kind of an evergreen t-shirt mixed with the trend that is dabbing, which, is maybe slowing down a little bit. But for a year or two there, this was a big trend, with kids or with whoever. And so one great way to actually build your business is by capitalizing on using an evergreen niche and then actually creating a trend that is tied to that evergreen niche. So this is a great example. And you can do this for trends that are kind of lasting for a longer term. Like, for example, we could do something around politics. Or you can do kind of the quick pops. Here's a great example. So right now, again, we're in Halloween months. This person is going to be killing it. You guys can see they have 72,000 BSR, so this shirt's definitely doing some sales volume here. And all they've done is taken that evergreen t-shirt idea of a pug and combined it with a pumpkin, and we kind of have this hybrid trending design. Now, this is a really, really powerful way to actually get designs that are going to sell throughout the year, or throughout the cycle of that trend. Obviously, this one's going to have a little bit of a shorter life term because this is going to sell primarily, now during Halloween. But then you have kind of something like this dabbing dog, which this is probably going to sell throughout the year, but it's also capitalizing on maybe some increased search volume because of the trend that is dabbing, right? So we want to look for these kind of hybrid design opportunities where we can combine a trend with some sort of evergreen niche that's going to be able to sell for us long term. Politics is a great one. The political cycle, obviously we have elections coming up again, so there's going to be a lot of opportunity there to capitalize on creating some trends that might sell for 1 to 4 years. If we do it right. So I hope that video was helpful for you guys. Again, my style of this, my ratio is really heavily leaning towards evergreen t-shirts, but I do also incorporate some trends. It's maybe about 10 to 15% of my overall designs into my Merch by Amazon business. But I like evergreen. I think it's a much better long-term strategy. And if you can then kind of experiment with trends, you're going to capitalize on a lot of gains. And you know what? One final thing I just want to show you guys is if we go to Merch Informer, there are 2 things that I like to do here. One is you can use the Trend Hunter to find things that are trending right now. So, obviously Merch Informer is scraping the data on Amazon for shirts that are selling right now or within this last week or 2 weeks or month. And you can go through here and you'll find things that are selling. This shirt's kind of funny. Good witch or bad witch, right? Obviously the one we just looked at is gonna have a drop, and then we see a lot of evergreen shirts in here as well. So this is one really great way to find trends. And the other thing that I actually like to do is to go to the merch archive over here on the left. This is a really cool module. You can actually plug in dates from prior years. So for example, if I go back to last year, let's go ahead and do October 15th. And let's see what's selling on October 15th. So we can see something like this. This is obviously going to be a costume, right? Here's another one. So here's another one of those kind of hybrids, Trumpkin. And you guys can see this is a really nice way to go back and check out past trends and find out what's working in the past. I also just did a really great video about one unique strategy I'm using for finding trends, and I'm going to link that down below or maybe somewhere on the video screen right now for you guys. So that being said, as always, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you got some value out of this, smash the like button. That helps me get found in search results and keep making videos like these for you guys. And obviously hit the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned and learn more about Merch by Amazon, e-commerce, or print on demand. And let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other recommendations, what you guys are doing with evergreen versus trending designs. With that being said, we will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.